Hello, friend, and welcome back to the series nobody asked for. This is Jeopardy for MS-DOS 1987. It's trivia frozen in time. I hope you'll play along with me as I play what I believe is my 15th match in this version of Jeopardy. I am a returning champion. $203,299. We crossed that $200,000 mark in the last game. We'll be playing against the red-haired Irene and the dapper-looking Keith. Contestants, get ready to play Jeopardy! A reminder before we get started is that I have to buzz in as soon as possible because the computer can buzz in as soon as possible. That may mean interrupting reading out the clues, but such is life when you're playing the share data version of Jeopardy! Here are the 6 categories, 1 daily double in this round somewhere, and if I pick it, it shows up. If the computer picks it, it doesn't. Just a quirk of the game. The categories are dangerous beasts, islands, material, I'm going to say evidence, goddesses, frosty flicks, and take a chance. And because I have a background in my real life of statistics, I will take a chance for 100. The answer here is glamorous. Right off the bat. Glamorous European casino resort located in Monaco. What is Monte Carlo? Yeah. It's where we get, in fact, statisticians and probabilists use Monte Carlo methods. That's where they get that name from. Take a chance for 200. And the answer is, oh, we got the daily double right away. And this is a weird quirk in this game. I have money to wager. Normally I would get to wager up to $500, but because I have money, they're just going to let me bet $100. So let's make it a true daily double and see what happens. Its name is derived from the French word for wheel. What is roulette? Yeah, French word for wheel. All right, we've doubled our money. It's a true daily double. We go back to take a chance for $300. Poker hand of any 5 cards of the same suit. What is a flush? All right. Glad you could join us today, by the way. I hope you play along at home while I play along here in the recording. See if you can do better than I can. And if you have some facts about some of the clues we've seen today, feel free to brag about it in the comments. Take a chance for 4. Gamblers Sky Masterson. I'll buzz in. What the hell? Gamblers Sky Masterson and Nathan Detroit were in this musical based on a Damon Runyon story. Nathan Detroit was Stella. Wasn't that Streetcar Named Desire? What is Streetcar Named, or what is a Streetcar Named Desire? No, a Streetcar Named Desire. I don't know. Nathan Detroit. Oh, yes. Guys and Dolls. I wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. There was a Simpsons reference to that. I think that's where I was thinking of Nathan Detroit. Guys and Dolls. They're a bunch of crazy guys and dolls. The true vampire bat is native to this continent, not to Transylvania. True vampire bat is native to this continent. I'm not going to buzz in on this one because I really don't know. What is South America? Okay. Keith with the early lead. Material evidence for $400. Highlanders kilts are fashioned from these distinctive Scotch plaids. Material evidence, yeah. Tartans. What are tartans? Irene's back on the plus side. We move ahead to dangerous beasts. For $300, the answer is, although not the most venomous, this snake takes up to 10,000 lives. Not the most venomous, this snake takes up to 10,000 lives a year in India. What is the cobra? It's not the most venomous, but it's venomous enough, apparently. Let's take a chance with the $500 clue. Card game where you try to shoot the moon. What is hearts? That's the one where you take all the tricks with the hearts and the queen of spades, and you shoot the moon, which is very hard to do, but you get 26 points if you can do it. Let's try the Frosty Flicks for $100. Timothy Hutton movie about the resurrection of a Neanderthal. What is Iceman? Iceman. Mega Man character. All right. What was the Pauly Shore movie that had that same plot? The only New York borough not on an island. Oh, well, if they put the in there, what is the Bronx? Staten Island is on an island. Manhattan is on an island. Queens and Brooklyn must be on Long Island or something. Sure, let's go to islands for 100. The answer here is located off the toe of Italy's boot. It's the Mediterranean's largest island, and that's Sicily. Yeah. Looks like it's kicking Sicily like a soccer ball. Islands for 2. In 1977, President Ford proposed statehood for this commonwealth. Well, it's an island. Statehood for this commonwealth. What is Puerto Rico? Yeah. Which still remains a U.S. territory today. Islands for 400. The mutiny on the Bounty took place after the ship visited this South Sea island. The mutiny on the Bounty. Oh, I have a guess. I don't know if it's right, but I think it. What is Tahiti? Yeah. That's why they mutinied. It's a beautiful island, as I understand it. Islands for 5. The Portuguese name for Taiwan. Taipei? No. Macau? No. Maybe Taipei is a city in Taiwan. I don't know. I think it's Macau. I think I was just. The Portuguese name for Taiwan. What is... Oh, Formosa is what they wanted. All right, Keith with 1,000. Where do we go next? Dangerous beasts. For 400, and the answer is its bite causes African sleeping sickness. What is the mosquito? No, the tsetse fly. Keith can take the lead on this. Its bite causes African sleeping sickness. And it was the tsetse fly, which you see a lot in crosswords. Keith, back to you. Dangerous beasts for $500. The answer is this fearsome spider can be recognized by an hourglass-shaped red spot. Oh, shoot. What is the black widow? Yeah, the black widow spider. All right, $1,500 for me. Let's finish out dangerous beasts, please. After the mosquito, this reptile is Africa's biggest killer. What is the crocodile? Yep. The alligator or the crocodile. I probably would have picked alligator by mistake. The crocodile. Material evidence for $200. It describes corn tassels, thank you, Keith, beautiful hair, or a jockey's cap and shirt. What is silk? Yeah, the tassels on corn are called silk. And, of course, the silks are what a jockey wears, and silky hair, which I do not have. Frosty... No, I don't like any of these. Material evidence for 100, please. In an Elvis hit song, don't step on his blue shoes made of this. What is suede? Don't step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Material evidence for 300. Liz Taylor's first name in a 1944 horse racing film was Velvet. Yeah, what was the name? Black Velvet or something is the name of the film. Something like that. But Velvet was the character's name. For $500, the sheer open weave muslin with a European name with tiny raised spots woven in. Sheer open weave muslin, tiny raised spots sewn in. And that is called dotted Swiss. I've never heard of that. Keith with $1,300 now, $800 behind me. And we go now to the goddesses for $200. The answer is this goddess of discord. She sowed the seeds of the Trojan War. Eris. E-R-I-S. All right, Irene trying to get back to the plus side. We go to goddesses again for $300. Roman goddess of dawn. Her name precedes Borealis in the proper name for the northern lights. What is Aurora? Aurora Borealis. I'm not a good movie guy, and remember this was made in 1987, so those would have all been movies well before my time. Goddess of the hunt and English princess. Who is Diana? Yeah, goddess of the hunt. And of course, Princess Diana, who was alive at the time of this game. Goddesses for $4. And the answer here is Mother of Cupid. She appears in a famous, I know it now, Botticelli painting standing on a seashell, and that is Venus, the birth of Venus, is that painting. Very famous painting. If you don't know what it is, look it up. You'll know it when you see it. Seashell, yeah. For $500, Roman goddess of marriage and the wife of Jupiter. I'll try it. Who is Hera? Nope. The wife of Jupiter, the Roman goddess of marriage and the wife of Jupiter. Juno is what they wanted. That's right. Well, we're left with those frosty flicks. Iceman was the first one. If that was a $100 clue, I'm in trouble. For $200, horror-filled John Carpenter remake set in a frozen wasteland. What is The Thing? Boy, if those are the top two in the category, I'm going to just bow out and read the clues, I think. Frosty Flicks. They're great. $400. Rock Hudson captains a nuclear sub trying to reach this Arctic base before the Russians. I might actually know this. Before the Russians. It's a 3-word title. Something like zeros in the name. Zebra. Ice Station Zebra. Yeah. Frosty Flicks. For $300. In a Disney cartoon. I don't think this is a Frosty Flick, but I get it. In a Disney cartoon, she falls under the evil spell of the Queen Maleficent, who is Snow White. No! Right? Or... What? It's Snow White, right? Who is Sleeping Beauty. Well, why is that a Frosty Flick? Frosty Flick. I have no idea. Your guess is good as mine. Explain it to me in the comments. This adaptation of a Eugene O'Neill play is set in a 1912 saloon. What is The Iceman Cometh? Yep, that's Eugene O'Neill play. And I have taken the lead with $2,200. Keith with $2,000. Irene, negative 600. We'll be right back with Double Jeopardy and 6 new categories in a moment. All right, 6 new categories. Irene gets to pick first in Double Jeopardy, and I have to read these categories quick. So here they are. The 50s, grand places with grand in quotes. The Irish, fish, tennis, anyone, and nuts to you. For $1,000, phrase describing the hardcore or the nitty-gritty of a situation. I'll give it a shot. Nuts to you, nuts in quotes. What is from soup to nuts? Nope, that wasn't it. All right, down to 1,200. Keith, you got a chance. Phrase describing the quote hardcore or the quote nitty-gritty of a situation. What are the nuts and bolts? Irene, back to you. Tennis, anyone? For $800, a service that goes untouched for a point. What is an ace? When they serve it and the player can't return it. That's called an ace. All right. Boy, interesting categories here, I will say. Let's go tennis, anyone for 2. The surface of play at Wimbledon. That's a grass court. Yeah, they're the only major tennis tournament that uses grass as opposed to clay or whatever they call the hard surface. Tennis for 4. Surprisingly, this hot-headed player endorses Bic shavers, but not their lighters. Who is John McEnroe? Or is it McEnroe? I'll go with that. Yeah. John McEnroe, he was very temperamental tennis player in the 1980s. Now he's broadcasted for probably 2 decades now. Spokesperson. I think he's even acted in a few things. All right, tennis anyone is the daily double. I know the basics of tennis, but I don't know a lot of the players. Let's just go $600. It's the site of the U.S. Open Championships. What is Flushing Meadows? Yeah, or Meadow. Flushing Meadows, just outside of New York City. Still is the home of the U.S. Open tournament today. Tennis anyone for 1,000. Every Davis Cup final from 1938 to 1959 was between the U.S. and this nation. I don't know. Every Davis Cup final was between the U.S. and this nation. Britain, I suppose. Oh, Australia. Okay. It probably explains why Australia hosts one of the 4 majors in tennis. Oh, should we make a D's nuts joke? Nuts to you for 200. That won't appear. Famous Russian... I gotta read the clue. Famous Russian ballet often performed during the Christmas season. What is the Nutcracker Suite? They're not going to make a D's nuts joke in this game. That's not going to be one of the answers. Nuts to you for 400. 1929 Marx Brothers movie, based on their stage success of the same name. What is the Cocoa Nuts? Yeah, or just coconuts. Not sure if I ever saw the Coconuts, because that I think is like their first film. Nuts to you for 6. Characters in this popular comic strip were so called because they were small. What is Peanuts? Great Charles Schultz comic strip. Charlie Brown and all that. And nuts for 6. Or, I'm sorry, for 8. In a popular Christmas song, these nuts have a hot time. What are chestnuts? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. I'm recording this a couple weeks after the holidays. Hope you had a good holiday season, whenever this comes out. Let's go to grand places for $200, please. Grand in quotes, remember. Arizona landmark carved by the Colorado River. What is the Grand Canyon? Of course. That's a grand place. Up to $5,400 now. Keith at 1,000. Grand places for 4. Most famous waterway in Venice, Italy. What is the Grand Canal? We're up to 5,800 now. Grand places for 600. Former President Gerald Ford's hometown. What is Grand Rapids, Michigan? Which is in the western part of the mitten, the lower peninsula. Grand Rapids for 8. Jackson Hole, Wyoming sits at the foot of this 13,766-foot mountain. What is the Grand Teton? Yeah, okay. I thought they were the Grand Tetons, plural, at all those mountains there. Jackson Hole, western half, or the western edge of Wyoming. Supposed to be a very nice touristy area, but I've never been there. For 1,000, in the state of Washington, it holds back FDR Lake, and that's the Grand Coulee Dam. FDR Lake. Presumably named after Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Irene's still trying to get back into it. 3 full categories to work with. We're going to go to the Irish now. Oh, for $200, gem-like nickname of Ireland. What is the Emerald Isle? I'll try not to do too many Irish accents because they're not good. The Irish for 4. Oh, a tourist attraction. You kiss upside down. To obtain the gift of gab. What is the Blarney Stone? Seems terribly not healthy at all. If you've ever seen pictures of it, it's not the easiest thing to kiss. 1950s, presumably for 200. On January 3rd, 1959, it became our 49th state. What is Alaska? Alaska, then Hawaii, to become the 50th. Let's go back to the 50s for 400. Plastic toy rotated about the waist via circular motion of the hips. What was the hula hoop? Big fad of the 1950s. 1950s for 600. This 2-man comedy team was tops in clubs, TV, and the movies until they're split in 1956. Yeah, I'll go for it. Who were Abbott and Costello? Nope, that was the wrong one. Who else was there? Oh, I bet it was Dean Martin and my lady. Who's that guy? Jerry Lewis. Yeah, Martin and Lewis. That's who they were going for. Hey there, Abbott. 50s for 800. In 1956, Don Larson pitched the first perfect game. Pitched the first in World Series history. What is a perfect game? 27 batters up, 27 batters down. It's a perfect game. No hits, no men on base, no walks, no nothing. 1950s for 1,000. This husband and wife were convicted of treason in 1951. Who were the... I'm going to just do the last name. Who were the Rosenbergs? Yeah, Ethel and Julius Rosenberg, I think were their first names. I don't know. Let's go with the Irish for 6. After dinner drink made with whiskey and whipped cream. What is Irish coffee? Yeah. What is an Irish coffee? We're at $10,200. We are doing very well in the Double Jeopardy round. The Irish for 8. It's a rhyming humorous verse in an Irish county. What is Limerick? There once was a man from Nantucket, that sort of thing. Nobody's ever finished the limerick for me. Just say the first line of it. What happened to the man from Nantucket? For $1,000, the tallest of all dogs. I'll try it. What is an Irish setter? Nope. Setters are small, aren't they? Irish wolfhound. The tallest of all dogs. The Shaquille O'Neal. Nope. Keith loses $1,000 on that. The tallest of all dogs. The category is the Irish, so it must be, and we know it's what is an Irish wolfhound was the correct answer. Okay. The Irish wolfhound. All right, let's go fishing. Maybe fishing for a daily double. I think there's still another one we haven't seen. Goldfish are a member of this freshwater family. What are carp? I don't believe it, but that is apparently the answer. Goldfish or carp. All right, Irene, keep it going. For $800, it is the fin along the midline on top of the fish. I'll give it a shot. Let's read it again. It is the fin along the midline on top of the fish. How about what is the dorsal? Nope. Lose some more money there. 8,400 now. Irene in second with that carp answer. What is the dorsal with an A? Dorsal fin. Irene gets a little luck from the judges. Irene now. Fish seems to be your category. For $200, two varieties of it are the thresher and the hammerhead. What are sharks? Which apparently are fish. All right, $8,600 now. Fish for $400. The astrological sign of the fish. In the zodiac, what is Pisces? Up to $9,000 now. And lastly, fish for $6. Known as the tiger of the sea, it has destructive, razor-sharp teeth. Keith buzzed in before I did. All right. What is a piranha? No. Piranha. No. Either way you spell it, it wasn't correct. $8,400 now. The $6,200 lead, unless Irene gets this. The barracuda. $6,200 lead for me as we go to Final Jeopardy. And remember, the computer players don't play. I don't know, it's a quirk of the game. But I get to play. And the category is American literature, which is not really a strong suit of mine. Let's go with $2,600. All right. You play along at home too. American literature is the category. Here's the clue. This famous New Hampshire resident recited his poem, The Gift, outright at JFK's inauguration. I think I know it, but I'll give you a few seconds to think of it. This famous New Hampshire resident recited his poem, The Gift, outright at JFK's inauguration. Who was Robert Frost? And that's right. $11,000, the final score for me today. Robert Frost was the poet. And that's another win for me. That's wonderful. We'll add that to the winnings. Should be $1,000. Let's see. $214,299. That is a nice hefty total. I don't even know which game we're playing. I think that was game 15, 14, something like that. Thank you all for playing. We're out of time. This is Scotty Euclid. Thank you for watching. Hope you join me again for another round of 1987 Jeopardy. But until then, Scotty Euclid saying bye-bye.